My name's Beth Gaskall, and I'm a second year PhD student. This time last summer, I was heading into my first season of conferences, and I was a little daunted. I'd never attended an academic conference before, and I had a little idea about what was involved. My supervisors, colleagues, and peers all gave me advice and told me about their experiences, but somehow I still went to my first conference not entirely sure what to expect. I think some things need to be seen to be understood. And so for those of you who have never attended a conference before, or who've just never been to BAVS, I thought I would create a couple of short video blogs about my time at BAVS 2016 to show you a little of what goes on. Firstly, unless you are lucky enough to be attached to the host institution, there's a good chance you're going to have to travel to get there. This year, BAVS was in Cardiff. For me, that meant a short trip from London. The journey can be a good time to relax or catch up with friends and colleagues if you're travelling together. If you're giving a paper, it can also be a good time to give it one last look over. Or, if you're the more last minute type, it could be a good time to finish writing it. Once you've arrived, it's time to go and check in to wherever you're staying. Sometimes that's a hotel, but this year at BAVS we got to relive our misspent undergrad years staying in student halls. Then it's time to register. You get your badge, your conference pack, and most importantly, your conference programme. This year, it also came with a choice of wonderful BAVS book bags. The conference programme is key to your conference experience. It will tell you the details of what's going on and where you need to be. I always spend a bit of time looking through it at the start and make some decisions about which panels and events I really want to attend. There's often quite a lot of choice. BAVS this year was huge, with 11 parallel sessions, which is great as it means there's always something interesting going on, but it can also make it hard to make decisions. This is also where I'll throw in my first piece of advice. Don't try to do everything, particularly if you're giving a paper. I usually try to decide on one or more panel a day where I'll just take some time out to rest, to digest all the things that I've been hearing about, and just to have some downtime. Then the conference starts proper with all the panels, presentations, keynotes, and roundtables that you would expect. You learn a great deal, not just from listening to the content of other people's papers, but seeing how they present and learning how they put together an engaging argument. You'll get to see people speak from the full range of the academic spectrum, from professors and subject specialists to master's students, PhDs, and early careers researchers. One of the great things about BAVS is that it also covers a huge range of disciplines and approaches, so you're likely to meet historians, scholars of literature and theatre, librarians, art historians, curators, music historians, linguists, and digital humanities scholars. So finally, I'll finish with a little more advice. Firstly, don't drink too much coffee, particularly if you're about to give a paper. There are a lot of opportunities to grab a cup of tea or coffee during the breaks, but I can tell you from personal experience that adrenaline, nerves, and too much caffeine are not a good combination. Secondly, go to talks that interest you, even if they're not necessarily relevant to your research. Sometimes it's surprising how much you can learn about methodological and theoretical approaches, presentation delivery, or just something interesting you've never thought about. And above all, these events are meant to be fun, so make sure you take time to enjoy yourself. And finally, take some chances. Strike up a conversation with someone you've never met, or sit next to a new person during lunch break. The people at BAVS are amazingly friendly and welcoming, and it's a great way to make new friends, to build your network, and to learn about a whole host of interesting research going on around the world. Put yourself out there and you will reap the rewards.